Selamat datang ke Majlis Syarahan Umum Prof peringkat Universiti oleh Profesor Dr. Kamal bin Zamli. Ramai orang menggali perigi, ambil buluh lalu diikat. Ilmu dicari tidak akan rugi, buat bekalan dunia akhirat. Berjalan ke hilir mencari kedai, usaha untuk dapatkan makanan. Usaha difikirkan, perkara yang lalai. Ilmu yang berguna kita manfaatkan.
Pada hari ini kami memohon kepadamu ya Allah supaya engkau kurniakan kepada kami jiwa yang mantap, iman yang teguh serta
Terima kasih saudari pengacara majlis. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh dan salam satu Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Wan Azhar bin Wan Yusof, Pemangku Timbalan Naib Chancellor Akademik dan Antarabangsa Universiti Malaysia Pahang. Yang diraikan Profesor Kamal bin Zamli, pemidato pada hari ini. Yang berusaha Dr. Muhammad Fadli bin Zulkifli, Timbalan Dekan Akademik dan Hal Ehwal Pelajar, Fakulti Sistem Komputer dan Kejuruteraan Perisian Universiti Malaysia Pahang, selaku pengerusi program Majlis Syarahan Umum pada hari ini. Yang berbahagia Dr. Mazlina Abdul Majid, Timbalan Dekan Pengajian Siswazah dan Penyelidikan, Profesor-Profesor, Ketua-Ketua Jabatan, para jemputan daripada industri, para pensyarah, pelajar-pelajar dan hadirin yang saya hormati sekalian. Saya ditugaskan untuk memperkenalkan pemidato kita pada hari ini. Seperti yang telah dilihat pada montaj tadi, Profesor Dr. Kamal bin Zamli dilahirkan di Pekan, Pahang pada 20 Jun 1969 dan merupakan anak sulung daripada 9 adik-beradik. Beliau menyertai UMP ataupun mula berkhidmat di UMP pada tahun 2012 dan telah dilantik sebagai Dekan Penyelidikan di UMP pada tahun 2013 sehinggalah ke hari ini. Prof Kamal telah menulis lebih dari 350 kertas kerja dalam jurnal dan juga persidangan di seluruh dunia dalam bidang pengujian perisian ataupun software testing dan pengoptimuman algoritma. Pengujian perisian begitu sinonim dengan beliau sehingga kan carian Google Kamal Zamli secara otomatiknya memadankan software testing kepada nama beliau. Beliau banyak terlibat dalam memberi ucap tama, syarahan dan tutorial dalam bidang software testing kepada persidangan kebangsaan dan antarabangsa. Beliau pernah mendapat tempat kedua di dalam anugerah Q-Merit yang dianjurkan oleh Lembaga Pengujian Perisian Malaysia atau MSTB pada tahun 2011 kerana sumbangan beliau dalam bidang software testing di Malaysia. Dan itulah pertama kali saya berjumpa dengan Prof Kamal, iaitu di tahun 2011 di Software Testing Conference Softtek anjuran MSTB. Dan first impression saya pada masa itu ialah, wow, this guy must be good. You know why? Sebab gambar dia duduk dalam gambar-gambar Mak Saleh daripada US, daripada UK, daripada Jerman, daripada Jepun. Semua nama bukan bin dengan binti. Jadi nama Kamal Zahiri bin Zamli seorang je ada dekat situ. So I'm very impressed. Dan sebaris dengan Capers Jones. Capers Jones ni penulis buku Software Engineering Best Practices. Jadi Capers Jones tu tulis, saya ingat 9-11 buku lah dalam software engineering. So dia berada di sebaris dengan software testing experts, amat dibanggakan lah. Dan apabila Prof Kamal menyatakan hasrat untuk memohon jawatan di UMP, saya terus berkata dalam hati saya, yes, I must make sure he move to UMP as soon as possible. Jadi 2011 kan kita jumpa Prof Kamal, and 2012 dia dah datang ke UMP. And right now, he is not just good, but an excellent choice. Hadirin sekalian, dengan sukacitanya saya mempersilakan Profesor Dr. Kamal Zahiri Zamli untuk menyampaikan syarahan umum beliau. Dipersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang berusaha Prof Wan Azhar, selaku pemangku TNCA, Prof Jasni Serdekan, Dr. Fadli, Timbalan Dekan Akademik, Dr. Mazlina, Timbalan Dekan Siswazah, para pensyarah, para profesor dan para pelajar UMP sekalian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pertama kalinya saya merasa macam it's not me lah, okay? I mean Prof Jasni terlalu tinggi memberi pada saya lah, I'm just an ordinary person, okay? Ordinary person, and what she said may be true, maybe not true, okay? So thank you Prof Jasni for the kind introduction. Today I'm going to talk about software testing, inspiration from nature, and I'm supposed to give this in dual language. I'll try to give this in Malay and try to mix it with English. Okay. Now, I have many slides, but I can assure you that if you look bored, then we're going to go very fast. Okay. So anyway, so basically, after this talk, okay, hopefully, I don't want everyone to get a wrong impression. Okay. So for instance, I don't want people to say, by looking at this and listening to the talk, and then they say that, well, because this is of 8, then you get 8 down here, and that you get 5 there. Okay, so this is the wrong. I've given you the wrong message. Okay, and also I don't want also to prove that 0 over 0 is equal to 2. This is also a wrong message. Okay, so I hope this is not what we get from the talk. Okay, I'll try to go as santai as possible. Okay, so I'm grateful to many people here in UNP. Thanks to the top management, to my faculty, FSKKP, the dean, the committee members, especially Dr. Fadli, my family, and my current and my former students. Okay, without your help, I might not be able to be here today. Okay, so what I'm going to give today is I'm going to give in 4 parts. Okay, I'm going to discuss a bit about software testing and how nature can help, and some application of nature-inspired computing, and give some sort of projection to the future. Okay. Now, normally when people give outline, but I'm going to give you a summary. Okay, give an outline and then a summary. Okay. So normally people give summary towards the end, but I give you a summary early. So really, the core topic that I'm going to talk about is nature-inspired algorithms, software testing, and optimization. So this is the 3 important keywords I'm going to talk about today. Okay. Now, software is everywhere. Okay, this is part of our life. We use software everywhere, from mobile phone, and then airbag systems, washing machines, banking, and so forth. So we cannot run away from software. Okay. Now, why do we use software rather than hardware? Well, software is easy to customize. Okay. Basically, if you have a washing machine like this, you may, if you go to the store, okay, you go anywhere to electrical shop, okay, you find out that maybe the washing machine is the same, sama je washing machine ni, but the brain is different. Okay, maybe some washing machine can have fuzzy logic version, neural network version, and so forth. Okay, so what happens is you can still use the same component but use a different brain. Okay, so this is why software is easy to customize, and software also does not wear out. Okay, you don't have gears in software. So in software, some application, if you use all mechanical, after a while gears wears out, house, coming back house, and so forth. So you need replacement. So this is why, okay, people opt for software whenever possible. Okay. Now, our dependencies on software, as we depend on software, okay, this raises issues of quality and reliability. Okay, so there's a saying to say that all code is guilty. Okay, all code is guilty until proven innocent. Okay, or there's another word also people say in software testing: in God we trust, the rest we test. Okay, so in other words, we only trust God. Anything that people make, we have to test. Okay, so this is the idea of testing. Okay, now what happens when we don't do enough testing? Okay, so software failures can lead to disastrous consequences. For instance, you are in the middle of meetings. Okay, grant meeting. Okay, and you are doing this grant for the past 2 days and you have not saved your data. Okay, suddenly this unlikely screen comes up. Okay, and you say you lost your data. Okay, as a result, you don't get short-term grant, or you don't get whatever grants you want. Okay, and I would say, no, sorry, time's up. Okay, you didn't fill it in the right time, so no grants for you. Okay, and also loss of fortunes. Okay, for example, this is a picture of Ariane 5 where it explodes after 39 seconds in the air. So this is also loss of fortunes and also loss of life. Okay, it was an airbag system controlling an airbag in a car. Okay, and that airbag sepatutnya should upon impact of accident react within 10 milliseconds. Okay, what if, for instance, that airbag react within 10 seconds? Okay, so people could be loss of life, or people could lose their life as a result. Okay, so this is really software testing. You really need to do software testing. So this is, you cannot run away from it. More and more we are dependent on software. More and more we need to do testing. Okay. Now how to do software testing? Okay. Normally you have anything. If I have this pen, for instance, okay, I have this pen. Yes. When I throw this pen and it falls down, okay, and you say that, you test. Is that test? Yes, you test. But is that test pass or the test fail? Okay. So when you do testing, you really have to have specification. If I put this pen and it does not break, so that is the specification. Then the test, if the specification say that I drop the pen from 2 meters, for example, it doesn't break, and you throw the pen from 2 meters, it doesn't break, then the test pass. Okay, so it's really, when you do testing, you really need to have some specification, okay, some requirements. Okay, so in this case, okay, the testing really prevent and detect bugs, okay, and ensure that software adheres to specification. Okay, so this is an example of you buy a car, they don't need to do collision test for the car, and determining whether this is a pass or this is a fail. Okay, depending how much the specification is saying that the damage has to be, say, 10%, the damage is 20%, the test has failed. Okay, so you really have to have some standard or some benchmark, which is the specification for you to do a proper testing. Okay, so this is how we do testing. Okay, now what happened about testing? Okay, now if you consider, I mean, this is maybe a bit in depth, but I'll try to explain in a simple words. Okay, if you have 5 switches, okay, and each is on and off, okay, you really have how many combinations? 5 switches, A, B, C, D, E, and then you have A can be off, B can be on, C can be off, D can be off, E can be off. So you can have all can be off. So you really have, if you consider, for example, a simple software, Microsoft Excel here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, really 20 possible configurations. This can be checked or unchecked. Okay, so if you really want to check all of this, you really have to have 2 to the power of 20. And then this is 56 values, this one, big color. So you really have to, if you want to test everything, you really have to test 58 million combinations. Okay, that means you have all different possible combinations. So the idea is, in 5 minutes to test one test, then it will require 559 years to test everything. Okay, so this is the premise. Okay, so which one you cannot? We live in a finite world. We cannot test everything. So you really have to select the test. Okay. Now again, if you have, you can imagine that if you have 559 years of you to do testing. Okay. You know, you can have I always say to all my students, okay, especially the guy from the Middle East, because they always keep, you know, for example, they keep the, you know, let's say Ali As-Sabah, for example, yes, and then for second generation, Muhammad As-Sabah, okay, they keep the As-Sabah until 5th, 7th generation. So maybe if you were to do this, you might have to say, you know, Kamal Al-Testing, okay, and then anak dia Muhammad Al-Testing, because they have 559 years to finish everything, testing, okay? So this is the kind of thing that we have to do. So the point is, you have so many things to test, but you cannot test everything, okay? Now, similarly, if you are testing a code, okay, here you can have many different paths or many different routes. You can imagine the analogy here. I want to go from Kuantan to Malacca. Okay, I have so many. This is Kuantan, this is Malacca. I can go through this route, I can go to the other route, I can go to, like program, you have many different routes. So you cannot test all the routes, okay? You can imagine, for example, a general is going to, and the general is going to go from Kuantan to Malacca, and one of the route there is a landmine, to your yeah. So which one you have to test everything? You want to test everything, but you cannot. So you really have to do sampling. Okay? So how to do this? Which routes to be selected? Okay, which route you want to select for testing? So these are the kind of problem that we solve. Okay, really sampling problem or optimization problem. Okay, rather than considering all, considering only a fraction of it. Okay, with some criteria. Okay. Similarly, now if you have, like I said earlier, when you do testing, we do against requirement. Yes, this is test 1, test requirement 1, test requirement 23. Okay, test 2 or test 2, test requirement 3 and requirement 22. Okay, so what happens is when you do testing, some testing are redundant. Okay, for example, requirement 1 are tested by 4 or 5 test cases. Okay, requirement 5 are tested by 5 test cases. Okay, so the idea is berapa banyak. Okay, how can we avoid redundant tests? In other words, we want to make sure that, because redundancy costs money. One test case, say 100 ringgit. If you have many redundant, 500 redundant, so you have 500 per 100 ringgit. Okay, so if you can reduce the redundancy, again, you can reduce the cost of testing. Okay, so the idea is similar to the previous example I gave. That we really want to minimize tests that you consider for selection. Okay, for testing. Okay. Now, what are the other parameters that also get involved in this testing? Is such that software code increases every year. Okay. For instance, Windows NT in 1990 was 6 million. Okay. Now 2012 Windows 8 is 55 million. Okay. So not only that you have so much combination to find out. You also have a problem of increasing code. That means increasing combinations. Okay. So, and then software going back from, big diskette like this to pen drive. So the storage goes from kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, and terabytes. Okay. So, I mean, codes are increasingly large. Okay. And testing, so testers become more and more in dilemma. Okay. Very difficult. Okay. So exhaustive testing or testing all combination is practically impossible. You cannot test something that costs 559 years to do testing. Okay, so test engineers always under constant pressure, as they have to deal with resource constraints. Okay, and strict time to deliver deadlines. They have deadlines, codes are increasing, they still have to do testing. But we live in a finite world. Okay, somehow, somewhere, the software has to be released. Okay, so how are we going to tackle this problem? Okay, so how nature can help. Okay, so basically, this talk is going to talk about software testing and how nature helps software testing by sampling of the test, by techniques to sample the test appropriately. Okay, so really optimize resources for testing, minimize tests. Okay, but not compromising quality, at the same time reducing cost. Okay, so this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get inspiration from nature and try to apply to software testing. Okay, now this sampling problem is optimization problem. Like I told you earlier, this talk is about software testing, nature-inspired algorithm, and optimization. So really an optimization for you to optimize the number of tests you want to take, yet at the same time not sacrificing the bug detection ability of the test case that you create. Okay, so the idea is the problem is very difficult. Okay, if you have many boats like this, you want to find 1 million ringgit hidden in this boat. It's very, very difficult. Okay, so this is how difficult the problem of testing is. You really have to sample it out and you have to hit the right spot. Okay, you don't want to kita tak mau random. Why random is not good? Let's say I'm doing testing, saya buat secara random. Saya kata tak apalah, we have 58 million. I'm going to take random, random here, random there, random there. But what happened with random? The problem with random is that there's always, sometimes you have unfair distribution. Maybe you have taken the random too much from this side, not the other side. Okay, so you really have a systematic way of sampling. Okay, so getting or reducing the test. Okay, if I may use the layman form, worried that when you become short sendiri, you use all the terms that is too difficult for people to understand. It's very hard for me to try to scale down and make it into a simple one. Okay, so basically what we do is really, you have a testing at hand, model the problem, take nature-inspired computing, do testing, okay, release the software, repeat, and so forth. So this is the cycle and what we're doing. Okay, so the part 2 is, now we look into how nature can help. Okay, so now nature has been very good for us. Okay, we can look at nature and can learn so many things. Okay, some of the potential of nature is we can simulate or mimic the process of nature. Okay, we'll see how this one happens. Okay, mimic the physical construct of nature. Okay, or combine both the process and physical construct of nature. You look at the nature, learn from them, and try to take it out and learn and do something with it. Okay, and there's also an upcoming area is use the nature as the computer itself. This is on DNA computing. This is also progressing, but this is beyond the scope of the work I'm doing. Okay, so what happened is we can always learn from nature for fresh ideas. So some possibilities are you can mimic or simulate the physical construct only. Later I will explain what I mean by this. Okay, simulate physical process. Okay, or simulate both physical construct and process. Okay, we'll see how this one translates. Okay, say for example, okay, you have, this is the current world record holder swimmer, okay, from Australia. This is Michael Phelps. Okay, so when he won the Olympic, he was wearing a suit which mimicked the shark skin. Okay, for that reason, that's why he can go faster than other swimmer, because they don't have this, they don't learn from nature. Okay, so this is mimic the physical construct of shark skin. Okay, so you can also have a helicopter. Okay, this helicopter is always mimic both the process and the physical construct of the. This is called, what is this called? Bahasa Melayu pun saya tak ingat ni. Pepatung, yeah. Bahasa Malaysia dia tidak. So pepatung, yes. Mimic helicopter, you can do this. Okay. You can also have this submarine, okay, which is a dolphin. Okay, mimic both the process and the physical construct of a dolphin. Okay, so you can have also physical construct of nature. This grizzly bear, you know, all this, and you can do this with the shirt. You can have this, the fleece you can have. Okay, and you can also have naps. Naps is this nap is like when I'm talking about naps. Okay, my son. Okay, when they are standard 1, he doesn't know how to tie the shoe. Okay, so we always have to buy the one with the, you know, with the net, you know, fabric, where when you put it together, they will stick together. Okay, this is the, you know, when the shoe, there's two types. One is with shoelace, the other one with net. You know, we can easily for kids. Okay, and then you can use. So this is net. Okay, so you can learn net to become fabric. Okay, so this is mimic the physical construct of nature. So you can also have planes. Okay, so make both the process and physical construct, meaning the process, how to fly, how the airflow, whatever, and even the physical looks of a plane. Okay, and then you can have this bird. You can learn from this, then you can make a plane out of it. Okay, so the idea of snake also. Okay, maybe both the process and physical construct of nature. Okay, so you can really, you can either take the physical only, or you can take both, how the process works. Okay, and mimic them. Okay, and then get something, working well. Okay, now for sampling algorithm, now I'm talking a little bit on the subject, but I'll still try to go as as soft as possible. Okay, whenever you do an algorithm, nature-inspired algorithm to solve testing problems. Okay, so really mimic how the process happens. Okay, and we turn this process into algorithm. Okay, so this is what we do. We're looking into the nature, and we take this process, and then we change this into algorithm. Okay, because algorithm don't have physical structure. Algorithm is something abstract, so a process kind of thing. Okay, so these are some of the algorithm, which is but many more. Okay, the reason I wrote this algorithm, because this algorithm where we have encountered and we have some people working on it. So that's why I put this algorithm here. Okay, so we can mimic the process of nature. Okay, so let's look at how nature-inspired algorithm and its application software testing can be realized. Okay, there's so many of them. I'm not going to talk about all of them. Okay, I'm just going to share with you one. Okay, on the cuckoo bird. Okay, this is cuckoo bird reproduction strategy. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you, let the video explain to you, okay, how cuckoo bird, okay, do reproduce themselves. Okay, and I'm giving this video in Thai. Okay, this video in Thai. Okay, but this because I think this is the best video I've seen on cuckoo. Okay, but there are English version, but it's not explaining the algorithm. Okay, so I'm giving this now, but the video will give you subtitles, so you really can also follow through. So let me play this video. Yes. Stop.
ការចិញ្ចឹមបីបាច់ថែរក្សាខ្លួនគឺជាការងារដ៏លំបាកមួយដែលជាកាតព្វកិច្ចរបស់ឪពុកម្ដាយគ្រប់រូបមិនថាជាមនុស្សឬសត្វឡើយតែក៏មានឪពុកម្ដាយមួយចំនួនបានគេចពីកាតព្វកិច្ចដ៏លំបាកនេះដែរពេលនេះខ្ញុំនឹងធ្វើការរៀបរាប់អំពីបក្សីម្យ៉ាងដែលបានគេចពីនៃកាតព្វកិច្ចដ៏លំបាកហ ហើយបានទៅបំផ្លាញសេចក្តីសុខរបស់បក្សីដទៃទៀតនោះគឺបក្សីឈ្មោះថាគូគូបក្សីកំហុសនេះមានទំហំធំស្រដៀងនឹងសត្វព្រាបឬសត្វលើលោកហើយពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងបក្សីដែលរងផលប៉ះពាល់ពីការឈ្លានពានដ៏គំហុករបស់បក្សីគូគូនេះគឺកូនបក្សីតូចដែលតែងតែបង្កកំណើតនិងធ្វើសម្បុកទៅលើដើមត្រែងបក្សីគូគូតែងតែបំផ្លាញពងរបស់បក្សីតូចនេះហើយបានបាច់ពងរបស់ខ្លួនដាក់ទៅក្នុងសម្បុករបស់បក្សីតូចនេះ
This is the key point.
ពេលនេះបក្សីគូគូកំពុងតែស៊ីពងរបស់បក្សីតូចនេះវាបានលេបចូលទៅក្នុងខ្លួនរបស់វាហើយពេលនេះវាកំពុងពំពងទី2របស់កូនបក្សីតូចនេះក្នុងខណៈពេលដែលវាកំពុងពំកូនពងបក្សីតូចនេះវាក៏បានបញ្ចេញពងរបស់ខ្លួនចូលទៅក្នុងសម្បុកនេះដែរបន្ទាប់ពីបានពងរួចវាក៏ហើរចេញទៅដោយយកពងរបស់បក្សីតូចនេះទៅជាមួយផងដើម្បីធ្វើការងារដ៏ស្មោះគ្រោកនេះបក្សីគូគូមិនចំណាយពេលយូរទេគឺប្រហែលតែ1 ឬ 2 នាទីប៉ុណ្ណោះនៅពេលដែលកូនបក្សីតូចត្រឡប់ចូលសម្បុកវិញវាក៏មិនបានចាប់អារម្មណ៍នឹងពងដែរដោយសារតែពងរបស់បក្សីទាំងពីរមានលក្ខណៈស្រដៀងគ្នាស្ទើរតែដូចគ្នាទាំងស្រុងបក្សីគូគូមានភាពវៃឆ្លាតខ្លាំងណាស់ដោយវានឹងបញ្ចេញពងនៅពេលដែលកូនបក្សីតូចនេះបានបញ្ចេញពងចុងក្រោយរបស់វាពងរបស់បក្សីគូគូមានការវិវត្តលឿនដែលធ្វើឲ្យវាអាចញាស់មុនពងបក្សីតូចនេះ3 ទៅ 4 ថ្ងៃក្រោយពេលទើបនឹងញាស់មិនទាន់តែបើកភ្នែកផងកូនបក្សីកំហុសគូគូនេះបានយកខ្នងដ៏រឹងមាំរបស់ខ្លួនរុញច្រានពងបក្សីតូចនេះទម្លាក់ទៅខាងក្រោមទាំងអស់មើលចុះមេបក្សីដែលកំសត់នេះកំពុងតែដេញតាមពងរបស់ខ្លួនដែលជ្រុះចូលក្នុងទឹកពីសប្តាហ៍ក្រោយមកកូនបក្សីគូគូដ៏កំហុសនេះបានរីកធំធាត់យ៉ាងឆាប់រហ័សហើយរហូតដល់ធំជាងសម្បុករបស់ខ្លួនដូច្នេះវាមិនអាចនៅក្នុងសម្បុកបានទេវាត្រូវចេញមកនៅពីលើសម្បុកចំណែកមេបក្សីតូចដ៏កំសត់នេះបានស្វែងរកចំណីមកបញ្ចុកកូនសត្វគូគូដ៏កំហុសដែលបានសម្លាប់កូនរបស់ខ្លួនអ្វីដែលគួរឲ្យចាប់អារម្មណ៍ជាងនេះទៅទៀតគឺថាកូនបក្សីគូគូដ៏កំហុសនេះអាចបញ្ចេញនូវសម្លេងដែលដូចទៅនឹងកូនបក្សីតូចៗជាច្រើនកំពុងយំរកចំណីដែលបង្ខំឲ្យមេបក្សីតូចដ៏កំសត់នេះខំស្វះស្វែងដើររកចំណីយ៉ាងវេទនាមកបញ្ចុកទារុបិសាចដែលបានសម្លាប់កូនរបស់ខ្លួនទៅវិញហើយនេះជាសម្លេងបក្សីពេលវាខ្លួនឡើង
You can imagine how cuckoo reproduce. Okay, this is very bad and parasitic. Remove the eggs of the original bird, replace its own, and eat the eggs of the original bird. Okay, so this cuckoo reproduction strategy, okay, it's like this, like this. Okay, basically the eggs are hatched by the host bird. Okay, so the host bird doesn't know, but it's actually not his or its egg. It's the cuckoo's egg. Okay, so really, what cuckoo bird randomly lays egg in the host nest, and then the cuckoo will revisit the host nest and random to lay new eggs. If the new laid eggs have better quality, the cuckoo will replace the existing one. Okay, and they also will destroy the other. Okay, some nests that host many or too poor quality are totally abandoned, and new eggs are laid in newly built nests. Okay, so the cycle continues for its reproduction. Okay, so this is the behavior of the cuckoo, and this cuckoo behavior, okay, can be modeled as an algorithm. Okay, so this I'm not going to detail, but I'm going to tell you this is the algorithm where the cuckoo replace the egg if the egg is not better than the current egg it has. Even if it has the egg of the green warbler, you replace with his egg. Okay, so this is like optimization. Okay, and then people come up with this cuckoo bird algorithm to do optimization. Okay, so there are other algorithms, like I said earlier. There could be a fruit fly algorithm, where the behavior of the fruit flies, okay, the particle swarm algorithm. So there are many algorithms, but I'm just going to share with you this cuckoo bird algorithm, okay, to say to you that with nature, you can transform the processes of nature into an algorithm, computer algorithm, okay. Now, some application of the algorithm, for example, okay, you have a file chooser demo program, okay, you have this one, 4 valid parameter, in other words, this one on and off, this one on and off, on and off, and off, this one 5 valid parameter, this is 4 valid parameter, and you want to test this exhaustively. You have 73,728 test cases to test everything, okay. Now, if you do, and this is the parameters, you know, what you want to test, that means you have set of software, you have to click this, some combination, okay. And then if you really want to check for all combinations, you have 73,000 combinations, okay. So now, using any nature-inspired algorithm, okay, the cuckoo, whatever, you can reduce this into 15 test cases. You can imagine 15 out of 73,000, okay. 15 out of 70,000, how much saving you can have. And you can say that while I'm only doing 15 test cases, I have a coverage. Cover meaning I will cover the code of method of 83%, 90% and 94%. That means I have good coverage, even though I only use 15 out of 73,000. Okay, so there's a way for you to do this, okay, where you can reduce the test into 15. Okay, so this is an example of application of this. And the other example is this test reduction matrix I gave you earlier. If you have one test costing M, you have 31 tests now, will be 31 times M. If M is 100 ringgit, you have 3,100 ringgit to test all this. Okay. Now you can reduce this. Okay, this is what we use. When you reduce it, we use an algorithm called simulated annealing. Okay, simulated annealing algorithm too. When you do the sampling, you can reduce test into 14 out of which is 54%. Rather than testing everything, you can reduce to 14. Okay, using this simulated annealing is also nature-inspired algorithm, where annealing process of heating and cooling of metals. Okay, so you can also simulate this and you can have this reduction. Okay, now where to go from here? Okay, so originally, originally I have very long slide. Okay, 75 slide. Well, this morning I felt like in the afternoon, okay, we might lose some of you along the way. Okay, so I decided to cut into about 50. Okay, so cut about 25 slides. So now we are towards the end. Okay, we're still towards the end. Okay, now where to go from here? Okay, now that we have nature-inspired algorithm and so forth, now where are we going? Okay, so what happened is, okay, so long as we live in a finite world, we always want to optimize. Okay, we can optimize anything. Okay, you can optimize in some cases you want to minimize. For example, you want to minimize resource. Sometimes you want to maximize profits. Okay, so in all the things we do, you want these two. Okay, sometimes you want to minimize. If everybody want to maximize, okay, but for something they want, no, I want to minimize. Okay, for example, if you are very fat, you want I want to be thin, so minimize. Okay, if you are thin, say I want to maximize, so you want to be fat. Okay, so there is a give and take problem. You pull the rope, you see, minimize or maximize, okay, and also you want to get best return on investment. Okay. It so happens that we do optimization, but we do this in software testing. So this is why the keyword just now is software testing, nature-inspired algorithm, and optimization. Okay. So really, these are the key things that we do. Okay. Now, in terms of algorithmic perspective, you can always, if you imagine, okay, that you want to do research in this area, you want to do something on this, okay. You can do a standalone, and for example, I use cuckoo. I can use cuckoo, and then this some friends told me, oh, now that you have your work is so easy because you find one animal, they become an algorithm. You found a snake of snake algorithm, and then you found what animal? Elephant algorithm. Okay, so there's so many things they say. Okay, but I told them, no, not all of it. Okay, some of it yes, but not all of it. Okay, I said that's why you publish so much. You found one, bug. Say, oh, what bug is this? This is dragonfly. Okay, dragonfly algorithm. Okay, so another paper. No. Okay, so let's say, for example, okay, as far as nature-inspired algorithm, okay, we can always develop new algorithms. Okay, new algorithm. But the problem is this algorithm, they are separate entities. You can compare this algorithm to this cuckoo. This is fruit fly. They work individually. So they are separate entity. Individually, they fight crimes, but they don't work together. Okay, so you can always try to develop new algorithm, new and better algorithms. Okay, as nature progresses, and many new algorithms. Now I think the latest one, they have gray wolf algorithm, for instance, is very new. So all new algorithms they come up with. Okay, you can always create new algorithm. Okay, new algorithm to solve the problem better in shorter time, to optimize better in shorter time. Okay, but the other one, you can also do a hybrid algorithm. Okay, for example, this one Superman is single one, so they fight crime not together. Okay, you can have hybrid algorithm. In other words, you can have cuckoo plus firefly algorithm. You combine two algorithms, okay, as hybrids to solve your problem, because two algorithm is better than one. Okay, you can get two mind. So the analogy here is Ben 10. Okay, Ben 10 here you can change to 10 superheroes. So this is like hybrid, like this. You can always do hybrid algorithm. Say what algorithm you have. And then now my friend will say, not only you so easy to publish, when you find one animal, you make another algorithm. Now you find all animals, you combine them together, you make another algorithm. So you can also have hybrid algorithm. Okay. So the idea is like the same entity, but ability to change to fight crime. You have different hybrids. This is a hybrid algorithm example. Okay. Same entity will use hybrid features to do optimization. So I'm talking about algorithms. Okay. How you can get from nature the algorithm. Okay. Now you can also have something called the hyper algorithm. Okay. Hyper heuristic, where you use many people and controlled by one guy. So you can have this, for example, a bee controlling algorithm controlling cuckoo, controlling fruit flies. Okay. Similarly, like the Avengers. Okay, where this guy is controlling many superheroes. These superheroes can become your algorithm. Okay. So you can have this kind of perspective. Okay. To get nature inspired, you can combine algorithms. Okay. To make new algorithms so that they perform better. Okay. Because in real world, okay, some algorithms are better than others in certain aspects, but they're not better than the other one in other aspects. So you really have to combine them together. Okay. So this is, if you look into algorithm and nature inspired, this is the future work where you can combine algorithm, you have them working together and so forth. Okay. Okay. This is the one I'm giving you the difference. This is what I meant just now. Develop new algorithm, single algorithm, or multiple algorithms, or you can combine algorithms. Okay, so this is one of the same thing, but expressed in different way. Okay, where from algorithm perspective, you can develop new algorithm, or you can hybrid algorithm, or you can use hyper heuristic algorithm. Okay, of algorithm, combine many algorithms, but having a central control of each algorithm. Okay, now what about state software testing in Malaysia? Okay, not many people are willing to choose testing as a career. Okay, this is what we found in 2009. We say that not many people say, are you testing? Normally testers come from developers. Not many people want to do this. Okay, and testing is not stressed as part of development. Normally what happens when you do software development, okay, say you have software development for 8 months, okay, what happens is the guy who do coding will always have the benefit to extend. Last time, originally, the testing is for 2 months. But because of the coding people, design people say, okay, we extend. And then the boss will say, your deadline is 8 months. Your testing period now leaving you with 2 days. Okay, just test with 2 days. Okay, just test with 2 days. We have to ship the thing in 10 months. Okay? So what happens is, we always get discriminated by saying that, testing, you don't need testing. Just to the end, when the coding phase or design phase has extended, and then you yourself get squeezed towards the end. Okay, and then the boss say, okay, go see Dr. Kamal from EMP how to minimize the test. Okay, we want 2 days only here, minimize, okay? So this is what they do, okay? So this is the problem where people always thought testing as an afterthought, okay? That means, tak penting pun, alah, lebih kurang je, kita test lah, okay? Okay? And it's difficult to convince vendors to accept notion that testing is necessary. So this is why the Malaysian Software Testing Board, I'm not promoting them, okay, but they are doing this to raise awareness on software testing, okay? So software testing as a career, we did some, when I was with my former universities, I involved a lot with MSTD, okay? So we also involved in give talks about testing, in many talks, okay, on testing, to increase awareness on the importance of testing and testing as a career that you can pursue, okay? So with this, I have reached my last slide, okay, which is, oh no, my second last, sorry, where now people are raising independence, okay? Now, testers are not part of the development team. They always, because they want testers to be independent, okay? So people can have consultant to do just testing, okay? So they don't want to test one's own code, okay? And also, now that we have cloud computing and whatever, a lot of test tools are now available in networks, okay? Maybe as in cloud, okay? So you can support geographically distributed software engineering teams and so forth, okay? So my final slide is that, okay, I think a couple of months ago, Bill Gates was interviewed on something, on this idea of AI, okay? And he said he's worried about AI too, okay? So what happened is mimicking nature-inspired computer can make our computer more intelligent. Okay, are these computers capable of taking our world, which Bill Gates says this is capable, okay? But I'm leaving you with this debate, okay? I'm not going to put myself in trouble by saying either way. I'm going to say I'm in the middle, okay? Are these computers capable of taking our world once we make them intelligent? When we learn from nature and put into computer, they become intelligent. Can they, be our Terminator? Okay? And then, this summer, Terminator is coming with new, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can imagine how old is he now. First movie was 1984. Okay, I still remember. I was in Form 3. Okay? And then now, he's only quite 60 or 70 maybe. Still running at another. Anyway, okay, thank you everyone for coming. Okay, I really would like to thank again UMP, top management, the Vice Chancellors, Deputy Vice Chancellors, all the students for coming to this talk. I'm trying to give you as low level as possible, not giving equations. And I've reduced, because I've got some advice from friends just now. He said, you're going to give 75, they're all going to go for sleep. Okay, so I said, okay, I'm making 50. Okay? So now 50 only. So I hope at least you learn something. If you don't learn anything, you learn that software testing is very important. Okay, because some application of software testing involve lives. Okay, where lives could be lost. Okay, so that's why we need to do testing. Okay, with that, thank you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bagi meneruskan acara majlis, majlis dengan segala hormatnya menjemput yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Wan Azhar bin Wan Yusof, Pembangku Timbalan Naik Chancellor Akademik dan Antarabangsa, diiringi oleh Dr. Muhammad Fadli bin Zulkifli untuk naik ke pentas bagi pelancaran buku Profesor Dr. Kamal bin Zamli yang berjudul Combinatorial Two-Way Testing. Dengan segala pelancaran buku Profesor Dr. Kamal yang bertajuk Combinatorial Two-Way Testing. Yang bagi Profesor Dr. Wan Azhar bin Wan Yusof untuk menyampaikan cenderamata kepada Pembina Syarahan Umum pada hari ini, Profesor Dr. Kamal Zuhairi bin Zamli. Seterusnya, majlis dengan ini menjemput yang bahagia Profesor Dr. Wan Azhar bin Yusof diiringi oleh Profesor Dr. Kamal Zuhairi dan tetamu di pentas untuk melawat booth pameran dan sesi menandatangani buku syarahan umum Profesor Dr.
Ada banyak kemungkinan kita boleh cari kita usah semua ada review baru info
Ini biasa lah. Biasa.
Ada tadi dalam motor pasal.
kalau ada Prof ada belum?
Sini.
Prof, panjang sikit Prof.
Tulis sikit.
Dia tulis sikit.
Kata-kata ni. Alright, thank you. Oh, begini. Oh, ada begini.
Yang